People, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with the gang. So today we are actually going to, before I go ahead, welcome back to the channel for the people that are already members of the community. But if you're not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing. Yes, click that red button there, the subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell, that bell sign. Click that one, the one that says, oh, you get notified every time we upload on this channel. So here I'm here with the gang, and I'm going to ask them to introduce. If you're new to this channel, you might not know these faces, but if you're not, by now you would have seen them a couple of times. But nevertheless, especially for those that have not been with me on this journey for a while, I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. These are members of my family, and today we are here for a reaction video, right? So my husband and myself, we have actually done one video talking about
why we didn't give our children English names.
Why we did not give them English names, and we live here in the UK, so you can imagine what that means. For those that are diasporans that are not originally from here, you'll understand what this means. So we want to get their reaction to why when we didn't give, what was it, what it meant to them. So I'm going to start from my left to introduce themselves, and please speak out loud.
My name is Pelumi.
Dedumi Mololua.
Yeah, you know my name already?
No, they don't. That's for those that are seeing them.
My name is Samuel.
And I am Atidoke. And this is the baby of the house.
My name is Bolu.
Bolu. Yes, we actually did. There was this video that we have actually done earlier on, and I'll put the link somewhere up there, and you will see it also in the description box. And we had that session, and we did say it was intentional that we did not give them English names, even though two of them were actually born abroad, one here, but intentionally we did not give English names, and we want their reaction to that, because it was for us more of
identity and keeping your roots and be able to find a place to relate with when the chips are down.
Yeah, but at the same time, we are not
mindful
of the fact that it's got some effects even in this climb when you don't bear English names, and we just feel that we need to bring it up so that people that are facing maybe possible challenges or struggle that they are going to share. I don't know what they are going to share. We haven't talked about this. You'll be able to see, and even for the possibly English people to actually be open-minded and educated, to embrace we should not just pay lip service to equal opportunities, embracing all heritage. We should actually walk the talk. So I'm going to start by what question should we even ask them? The fact that we didn't give you English names.
What does that mean to you?
They're going to start from Mololua. That's the eldest. Mololua.
What does that mean to
you? Yes, not giving English name.
That you didn't have English name, and growing up
in England.
Growing up and going to school.
Yeah.
The impact.
In origin, do you feel somehow that why don't I have English names when everybody's got English names? And yeah.
What impact was that on you?
So what do you
psychologically and otherwise? What impact has it got? Any psychological impact on you?
Do you like let's start with this. Do you like the fact that you don't have English names? No, you start. I want you to start.
Now, yeah.
Now,
yes, I do like the fact that I don't have an English name. I think in answer to your first question,
yes,
what was the impact? I think the impact is twofold, because it's kind of, I have the benefit of hindsight. I think at the time, as is with most things, at the time.
When is that time?
I think maybe I think it would have been maybe early secondary to sort of before. So primary school, definitely. But at secondary school, not so much. I think from secondary school, I started to embrace my name more. And by now, I mean, but I think the impact initially it was difficult, especially being like, I mean, I was the kind of grown child when we moved here. And so Bellarmine was still quite young. So I suppose he kind of got to see the system through a bit more from the beginning almost. But I kind of came in like, not halfway through, but yeah. And so it was difficult, naturally, just adjusting in terms of being a new child to a new school. But then, even when it's like when you try to introduce yourself, it's like it's yet another barrier. If you know what I mean, it's already a barrier being new, but then your name is
another layer.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I say barrier because it was a barrier back then. I think, like I said, I have the benefit of hindsight now, meaning that to me it's no longer a barrier, but almost an icebreaker, an opportunity for a conversation. I think my name is always probably the first conversation.
So, well, one thing you can turn this to something else. From what you can actually use your name. That's for those that don't have English names. You can actually use it as a conversation starter line. What do you mean? How about you?
So do I like my name?
That's one, and also the impact, and
you.
with the hindsight, how did you feel about it then, and now how do you feel? Do you
I wouldn't say I like or dislike solely having Nigerian names. Personally, I'm split between both of them. Personally, I guess the impact it had on me, it was like I said, it's positive and negative. One, it was character building, which obviously started negatively because it's like Malolo said, the whole the barrier first of all, the whole name, and then like people trying to understand your name, and then like also people tarnishing your name.
Murdering your name, the way they call it.
Butchering the name. You obviously have to go through all of that, and then I guess obviously being in the English community, having even your black peers, now your African peers having English names as well. So it's like it was hard to find like companionship in that area because not only do white people have English names, now your African peers also have English names.
Yeah.
As an alternative to African names as well.
And if they don't have an English first name, they have one that they use, if you know what I mean. So like that might not be their name in the register, but it's the name they go by. And it's interesting that I've been seeing that a lot lately. I don't know that it's new, but I've been seeing it a lot lately that, okay, because I'm at the point now where I'm like making applications for stuff, like jobs and stuff like that, I've been seeing a lot where it's like name, so first name, surname, and then preferred name. So like, what do you want to be called? And so it's become acknowledged in the workplace now that your first name might actually not be the name that you want.
You prefer to be called, yeah.
So and I think that's what a lot of
So would you say you like it, or
I'm split two ways about it. So there's pros and cons in my perspective, especially being here. There's pros and cons to it. It's something I've embraced now, but whether I would now choose to do the same thing is another.
You're not there to make that finally.
I don't think I would choose to do the same thing. However, I've embraced it, because it's been character building and it's really helped me with who I am now. Like it's beyond the name. Like it's helped with more than that. Like identity, like confidence, like things like that. It's helped build that. But I guess someone else could have broken that.
How would it help with? I would have thought it's the other way around. When you're talking about
could break someone's confidence, while it could build someone else's in that.
So you allow it to build your confidence.
Yeah, but it's like I have to embrace that. Regardless of where I am, that is my name, and that's what you have to call me then. So whether you wanna like butcher my name, that is my name, and I'll tell you what my name is. But I guess for someone else, it could be like, you butchered my name so many times, I don't even want to tell you that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And people just give up. Yeah, people just give up. Rather than help to, I think, educate or teach people. Because the reason why I'm saying that it's important that we allow people to make mistakes, not sound it correctly. It's okay. For me, I think it's okay. It's the way my Nigerian accent is clearly different from you people's British accent. It's accent. And if somebody is using English accent to call my name, that's it. And that's why it should open all of us so that I can own the fact that It's my Nigerian accent, and I'm proud of my Nigerian accent. It is not wrong. It's my accent. It's the way you cannot sound my name correctly. That's the way, because of my accent, I cannot exactly speak your Queen's English just like you, because of the accent. It's important that we bring that out so that all of us are learning from it. It's the way it's difficult to sound some English names that a lot of people, even you, Pelumi, people, they can easily call Pamela. And they're like, when you first of all say Pelumi, they're like, oh, Pelumi. It's because one is foreign to them. They need to eventually accept it and say, okay, other people bear these names.
Yeah.
So, Miss Bolo, what's yours? You are the one, you've never been anywhere other than here.
Yeah, like you said, I was gonna say, obviously this is all I've known really. So like grown up with a Nigerian name in an English environment is all I've known. I've never been in situations like them where in Nigeria their names would be seen as like normal, just regular. But here, it's definitely something that I think has affected me positively now, but in the past it wasn't necessarily positive. Like, I wouldn't say embarrassment, it was kind of just like in situations where, for example, you know, the teacher's going through the register and you know it's about to get to your name, you're already just like, oh.
I'm dreading the silence. It's always the silence first, because they come, they
Really?
get like,
Or like,
Don't be angry at me. I'm not
so
saying
I'm going
anything
to
wrong.
try, I'm going to try, but
it's like they
and
already,
you know that if you
like even nowadays they still have it, like they still do it in secondary school. Like, oh, I'm really sorry if I'm gonna butcher this name, but and then you know, so I mean it's not something that's like necessarily new to me, but it's still like when it happens like nowadays compared to like in primary school and early secondary, now it's not really something I'm as embarrassed about. Like I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, but when they can't pronounce my name.
Yeah, you're like happy to that, you want to make it right.
No. Like when they can't pronounce my name, it's not really like, oh, it's bully, like bully. It will usually just be like, I'll say it once. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Like right at this point, it's just like kind of tiring having to go through like extra effort for you to get my name, but all my classmates is easy. You get that kind of thing. So it's just like, if teachers can't get my name nowadays, it's honestly not something I put too much effort into trying to fix, if I'm going to be honest. Like it just it kind of like alienates me from the rest of the class if like the teacher's running through all their names. Then for me it's like I have to do a whole monologue for you to get my name. Like honestly I would prefer you just like move past it rather than make a big deal about it, in my opinion. But that might not be something you guys
Do you share with?
What I always did, if you said my name, I'll just keep quiet.
How do you mean?
I already started.
If you don't say, if they don't sound,
yeah, because that's not me.
so what are you supposed to say? You're supposed to answer or something.
Yeah, you'll be like, yes, miss.
Yeah,
So
to say yes.
I just will. I won't say anything.
So when you don't say anything, what happens?
I'll be like, that person's not in class, but me is in class, something like that.
But if you don't answer, how will the teacher take it? That's what I
I'll
mean.
just be like, oh, it's two in class, and then obviously everyone will look around. I'll be like, oh, that's not my name. My name is this. I'll just keep quiet. Like,
And do they now sound it the way you want it, that you
like I
say
want
it?
loud, like you kind of like be split the embarrassment because now you feel
Yeah,
embarrassed.
exactly. And
Now
I think
you feel
that
embarrassed
should
as
be
well.
that's the approach.
Everyone's now looking at you because you do. Like I'm not. That's
They're correcting.
Missus. I'll let you feel
Yeah,
embarrassed.
that's kind of similar to what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna like you said, kind of try plead with you to get my name right. Like it's not like no, I don't think.
I don't think anybody
effort to
pleads.
learn over time because you don't want to face that embarrassment again. It's just that kind of thing.
Yeah, so you're forcing them to learn. Because I say this, not
Yeah.
able to pronounce your name. It's a thing
And
of
you just
mind.
give them an alternative English.
Yeah, it's a thing of mind.
You're not allowing them at all. You're denying them that process of even learning or
things.
something that is foreign to them.
I feel like that's something they're already like trying to get towards. So like if they pronounce your name wrong, they'll be like, oh, do you have a preferred name, or is there something shorter I can call you? Like they're already trying to like simplify it to match whatever it is they can pronounce or whatever it is that they're used to. So it might not necessarily be like, okay, yeah, most out of all three of us, like me and Gwendoline, we could say we use shorter names, and that wouldn't necessarily be because like that's us being embarrassed of our name. It's just what is like
It's a common name.
It comes to be easier in terms of like what we're saying with the school situation. Like a lot of teachers will be like, oh, do you have a shorter name, or can I call you this, or like they'll try to shorten your name. So when like you're saying that, oh, shorten it to kind of match their standards. It might necessarily not be that. Like, it might not be out of embarrassment or shame, just out of what is easier. Like,
but why should it be easier if that's what it is? And that's because for them, they don't know that whatever alternative that is you are giving to them is easier, so that they can appreciate that there's a complexity that is in this thing that they can't understand, and also be open to accept that. Because I always see the other way around, that if you are not understanding us, then you are the one that have got this issue.
I think she's trying to say meet them halfway.
Yeah, well, for you guys, but for Mololuwa, there was no way she could meet anybody halfway, and everybody.
I'm not.
But Mololuwa, everybody called. You would have thought that that's a very complex one for people, and I'm so surprised. Everybody call you Mololuwa right now.
So I think it's the thing of the mind.
Yeah, it's a mind thing.
My opinion about it is a mind thing. Because if you don't liberate your mind to want to learn something new, and it's so surprising, we Africans come here and learn some values and things we're not used to.
Yeah, we change.
Yeah,
It's
so there's this English dogmatism to say, look, it has to be this way.
I don't think it applies to everybody. For some people.
Yeah, most of them. It has to. In fact, when I come by Sunday at times, I feel like, I'll tell you, so easy. Break into things. Holland. Great Waju. It's easy.
Phonics. Like, there's no silent letters, accents, anything. It's actually phonics.
So
it's
pronounced. It's pronounced how it's spelled. Like, I just.
It's not like KP where you swear or
Holland Great Waju. And I said, there's no. I used to have a boss when I was an RBS. The day was going to call my name, said, I know what to do. I'll break it down. Holland Great Waju. The name we put together.
Because he wants to.
He wanted.
And he
wants
to. I guess he wants to. That's
but because he used to working with black people, he said, I know the way to call your name. I break it down. And
so,
I together.
Yeah, just to round up this thing, because I don't want it to be too long, I just want us to go around. What would you say is one pro, one con? You two, just one each.
with
Having your own name, not having an English name. What's one pro advantage?
Yes. A pro, it probably strengthens and makes your identity more richer. The fact that there's history to it and it is different, like you are different and unique as an individual as well. Because obviously pretty much I feel like all Nigerian names have a meaning to it as well.
Yeah.
So it's like there's actually a meaning behind the name your parents have given you, which is solely for you. I guess a con is probably just in terms of it's probably like the mentality towards having that name, in terms of how you like receive people, sometimes mispronouncing your name, sometimes butchering it. So sometimes it's hard to receive it. The husband on the receiving end of like I guess someone's ignorance or someone's like dogmatism.
Okay, Mololuwa.
I think a pro for me would be the fact that I get to wear my culture on my sleeve. I think I've come into the fact that I'm a very cultural person, and I think my name has allowed that to be, it's kind of easy access to finding that out about me, and it's a big part of me. I think my name kind of provides the opportunity for me to divulge that about myself. And the con I would say would be, I suppose integration at the sort of earlier level or earlier stages. Integration is made a little harder, I would say, because you're not like the society you're trying to integrate into.
So does it have any effect job-wise for you? Does it have any effect when it comes to application for
Maybe
job?
that's something
Is that story true that you're
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, like employers have even said. I've spoken to people that even said it as well. Like employers, like they look at the name.
The name, and they're not sure whether they want to.
Bias, probably unconscious bias as well. Like they just look at the name, and because they can relate more to a John than to a Oluwafemi. They're going to more likely filter it out to the John.
So maybe that's another video we should do on unconscious bias, especially as it got to do with name. Pros and cons.
I think the pro would be almost as Connie mentioned, just the unique.
For you personally,
the like uniqueness, and I think definitely like it might be a hard process to kind of go through, like embracing your name, But I feel like once you do get to a point where you're proud of your name, you carry your name with pride, it's almost irreversible, if that makes sense.
Come on. Yeah, big words. Show them. She has a vocabulary. Okay.
So yeah. So
So the
con I think would be, maybe I'm still experiencing it because I'm in secondary school, but there's almost to do with ignorance, but like the generalization of a lot of African girls. Like teachers have walked up to me and just called me Oluwa. What? Like just like one teacher just walked up to me, he's like, oh, Oluwa, where
is that coming from?
literally, I think that's just probably one of the most basic Nigerian stems.
It's
Oluwa.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I think like with the black girls that have like English names, like Elizabeth or something like that, they don't really get mixed into this whole I can't really tell the difference between you guys kind of thing. So I think that definitely does happen with the African name thing. But yeah, I think that would be the con.
It's so funny. So they say Oluwa is like every day. Now somebody has told me that
But that's true.
most African names have OLA.
No,
The
you
vowels.
Oh.
Yeah, OLA is always there. Olu, Ola.
But that's Yoruba, not African.
Well, the Western Nigerian name has this vowel OAE.
Oluwa or something. Ola and all that. Anyway, you've gotten it all. the reaction. We promised that we were going to bring them because we weren't sure. We just set our beats because they weren't around, of course. They didn't know the reason why we gave those names. But we are actually, I think we're very happy and we're proud parents of this three. The fact that they have owned it, not without challenges, not without the struggle, but they're owning everything, and we believe in managing those struggles is helping them to become the better version of themselves, and also owning their heritage regardless of wherever they find themselves. I hope you like this, and if there is any one of them that you agree with whatever they said in pros and cons and all that, please let's have let's have this conversation going in the comment section below. So until next time, and if you watched that video, there's another video where they had a reaction to
the 11 plus.
The 11 plus, because these three lots, they had 3 different journeys, and we want them to come and share those journeys. One can be traumatic, when another can be easy peasy. The one that had it easy peasy did not see it as easy peasy. So if you have not watched that video, please go and search for that video and watch. It's educative, but I know it's also hilarious. So see you in the next video. Bye. So what do you want to say to them, please?
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Yes. Bye. Check out after your class the next video,
If you want to,
because today is
Have you started?
Yeah.